Speak the truth in love. Ephesians chapter 4 verses 11 till 16 highlights the gifts God gives to equip believers for ministry and building up the body of Christ. These gifts, including apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers, are used to reach unity in faith, grow in the knowledge of Christ, and become mature believers, no longer swayed by false teachings. Based on what God had done for the Ephesians, manifested in chapter 1 and 3, Paul exhorts them to live out their calling. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining unity and using God-given gifts to grow into maturity. Christ gave leaders as gifts to the church with specific purposes and goals for its well-being and growth. Apostles are commissioned as messengers who establish the church. The prophets share the Lord's messages through the Spirit for a particular situation or need. The shepherds oversee and nurture God's people. God gives teachers as gifts to the church to equip God's people. St. Paul emphasizes speaking truth in love and growing towards Christ, with each part of the body working together to build up the community in love. Christ Himself has given specific gifts to equip believers for ministry, build up the body of Christ, and foster unity in faith. The goal is for believers to reach unity in faith, knowledge of God's Son, and mature manhood, attaining the stature of Christ's fullness. Believers should not be tossed by waves and blown by every wind of doctrine, but rather grow in truth and love. Paul emphasizes that the whole body, joined and held together by various ligaments, grow and builds itself up in love as each part works properly. We see that St. Paul highlights the importance of various leadership roles within the church in equipping the faithful for ministry and building up the body of Christ. It emphasizes the unity of the church as a single body, with each member contributing their unique gifts to the overall growth and well-being of the community. These roles are not limited to ordained clergy, but also include those who are gifted in different ways to serve the community. The church recognizes these roles as essential for the church's mission and growth, particularly in teaching, preaching, and pastoral care. The primary purpose of these leaders is to equip the saints for the work of the ministry. This means nurturing and training all members of the church to use their God-given talents to serve others and build up the community. It also emphasizes the importance of unity and mutual support within the church. Each member, regardless of their role, is seen as part of the body of Christ and contributes to its overall growth and well-being. The goal of this ministry is to help the church grow in maturity and wisdom, moving away from childish behavior and towards the fullness of Christ. This growth is characterized by faith in unity, knowledge, and love. St. Paul encourages believers to speak the truth in love, fostering an environment of unity and mutual support. This means being honest and truthful while maintaining a spirit of compassion and understanding. The final goal is to grow up into Christ, the head of the body, by actively using our gifts and serving others in love. This involves embracing the new self and moving away from the old self. Speaking the truth in love means communicating truth with compassion and care, aiming to build up and not to tear down. This involves both sharing correct teachings and doing so in a way that is respectful, kind, and mindful of others' person's feelings. The goal is to help grow in spiritual maturity and to reflect God's love even when confronting difficult truths. The truth is essential for spiritual growth and the building of a strong faith. False beliefs and heresies can be harmful and hinder our ability to understand God's will. We are called to share sound doctrine, which is the truth of God's teachings, with others. Love is the driving force behind speaking the truth. It compels us to care for others and to share with them what we believe is good for their spiritual well-being. It involves understanding and empathizing with others, even when they are struggling with the truth. How to speak truth in love? Be honest, speak what is true, even if it is uncomfortable. Be kind, choose words that are respectful and compassionate, even when correcting someone. Be patient, allow for time and grace for the other person's journey. Be humble, acknowledge your own limitations, and be open to learning from others. Pray for guidance. Seek God's wisdom and discernment in how to communicate. Thus, in this passage of the letter to Ephesians, chapter 4, verses 11 till 16, St. Paul highlights the importance of various leadership roles within the church, the need for equipping the faithful to serve, and the overall goal of building a united, mature, and Christ-centered community by speaking the truth in love. Today, God is still raising people with apostolic ministries. Those who have an apostolic ministry plant churches as they travel to different places. Let us live our life with the Christian calling given to us by giving our best in everything.
I have been crucified with Christ. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me, and gave himself for me.